Greetings viewers, Eric the Car Guy here with my 2003 Honda Pilot. There's so many Pilots here right now. I have an interesting problem with the Pilot that is a code that I very rarely see, and I think I know how to fix it, and I don't think we're going to need to have to buy any parts for it. And that is a P1706 is the code, and that is the transmission range switch open or out or something like that. It's a code having to do specifically with the transmission range switch. So I'm going to go over my diagnosis of this problem and hopefully we'll fix it by the end of this, but if nothing else, you'll know more about a P1706 when you're done watching the video. You have to watch the whole video. So here's my, well, I have a couple of important clues that have led me in the direction where I'm headed here. Number one is that when I first start the Pilot in the morning, and I go to put it in gear, I go to put it in drive, the light for the D light for drive doesn't always light up. I have to like jiggle the shifter a little bit in order for that light to illuminate. That same circuit, I believe, is involved with the transmission range switch. So in other words, if I'm not seeing a D here on the dash when I put it into drive, it's very likely that the transmission is also not seeing that signal and doesn't know it's supposed to be in drive. Hence the reason it's set to code. You might remember that I replaced the transmission in this car. And if you're going to rebuild a transmission, I'm pretty sure you're going to remove the range switch, this exact switch that we're talking about. The thing of it is, that switch is adjustable. So in other words, if they didn't quite get the adjustment right when they installed it, maybe just like a millimeter off or something like that, it could cause this issue and set this code. So I'm going to go down to the transmission range switch. Luckily, it's on the outside of the transmission and somewhat easily accessible. And we're going to see if we can adjust it to where this light goes away. And every time I put it in drive in the mornings, the D light lights up and that's that. There's no jiggling the shifter to get it to light up. Viewers, the transmission range switch is located on the driver's side, left side, on the outside of the transmission, underneath this metal cover right here. So we're so fortunate that it's easy to get to. All we had to do was remove one wheel. Now we need to remove that cover. 10 millimeter here, 10 millimeter here. Oh. This right here connects to the main shaft. So whenever you shift the shift lever, you can actually watch this move. You know what? I'm going to do that for you right now. Okay, you ready? That's all the way down to 1, 2, 3, D, N, R, P. So that's park. Normally when you put these switches on and you need to adjust them, you adjust them with the vehicle in park. So you adjust the switch to the park position. Everything else should fall into place from there. So the way the switch works is you saw this move, but there's a pointer on the inside of here that moves with it. And there's different quadrants or different contacts on the inside of it so that as it rotates, it's coming in contact with each one of these. I suspect that we're not quite on the D, the drive contact, but that's the reason I think that we're getting this code, and that's the reason I think that we're getting the flickering switch. If there was no D light at all, like none at all, like when I shifted into it, then I could reasonably conclude that maybe there was an issue with one of the contacts inside of here, in which case I would find the other end of this and put the switch in the different positions and verify each one, like maybe ohm it out or something, or better yet, do a voltage drop off the switch to see if each one of those contacts in here are sending out that signal. And if you don't get one when you go to drive, you're going to need a new one of these switches. I think all I'm going to need to do is an adjustment. See, we can just move it a little bit, like one way or the other. And that's all we need is just a little bit. So now I'm going to go on inside the car and I'm going to illuminate the park. And then we'll come out here and make sure it stays illuminated while we put it into position. So I'm just going to snug these down to where I can move this and it'll somewhat stay in position. Yeah, okay. That's all I need. We can clearly see that it's in park now. And if I change, like that went right into drive. I wonder if I've already fixed it, but I really won't know because this only manifests first thing in the morning when it's cold. As soon as this starts to warm up, it doesn't do this anymore, which leads me to believe it's just a hair off. I'm going to turn the switch all the way to one side, all the way to the other side, and just see what that does to the illumination of the park signal. Any change in the light that you see here is going to be the result of me moving the switch around. That's all the way in one direction. Still on. This is all the way in the other direction, and it's still on. And what I did was I moved it just off of where the witness mark was, where it sat. And then I just snugged it down just to see what we get here. Okay, reverse. Now see, neutral's not going in. So we're off. And if we were on, everything would illuminate. See? But we're off. So I gotta move that around. Should I move it around till it illuminates? Should I make sure that, the drive is definitely illuminated, but neutral is not. I'm gonna leave it in neutral, and I'm gonna move the switch around to see if I can illuminate neutral. Now I'm gonna move it in the other direction and see if we can get that neutral to illuminate. It moved on its own as soon as I loosened it. Did it come on? Yeah, it did. So as soon as I loosened it, it came on. All right, now let's try moving. Oh, right in. Okay, that's park, obviously. I don't need to call these out, I suppose. And I should mention this. I have one other issue with this Pilot. When it gets extremely cold, sometimes it won't start. And there's no signal going to the solenoid to start the starter. If this isn't registering that it is in park, it's just as if you were in reverse and trying to start the car. It won't activate the starter at all. The point is in addition to this, setting this code and not going into drive, it could cause a no start condition because again, if it doesn't read that the transmission is in park, it won't turn the engine over. It's designed that way because it doesn't want you like starting up the vehicle while you're not in gear. While you are in gear is what I should say. Hear that? I don't like that at all. I shouldn't hear any of that BS. Yeah, and drive's not quite in. Okay, we're gonna try to do a little more of an adjustment. See if we can't get this in here to where it's not making noise and everything illuminates. What's our result now? Still got that little Here's something else, by the way. My reverse camera goes on when it's in reverse. So I know that same signal I know is going to the computer because that's what I tapped into. I might just leave it there. I don't like that. And that's how I'm getting it to do that. That may just do that. But the real tell is going to be tomorrow morning, which this is what I got to do. I got to let this thing sit outside overnight. We'll come back tomorrow morning. We'll see if it's in the right spot. For now, we'll clear the code so that goes away. But that's pretty much where we're at. But if I don't get that, if I can put it solidly into gear, whoops, windshield wipers. If I can get it solidly into gear tomorrow morning, I'm going to call it fixed. As I mentioned, I'm going to clear the code, but I'm also leaving the cover off so that tomorrow morning, if there is an adjustment required, maybe I'll be able to do it really quickly with this guy. If not, I plan to turn the wheel outward a little bit so that I can just sneak under there and reach up in and reinstall that cover or make the adjustment on whatever's needed. Trouble codes are not detected, so it's not a hard fault. If it was a hard fault, I'd erase it and it would come right back. That wasn't the case. So I think we're on the path to fixing this Pilot. We're back, it's the next morning, it's cold. And rather than trying to start the car, I'm just gonna try to shift it down into drive and see if the light indicates. If it does immediately, I know I'm good. If I have to wiggle the shifter at all, then I know I need some more adjustment. But if I nail it right here, which I did. So every time it's going in. Before it would not go in every time. So I believe at this point what I can do is I can put that cover back on and we can call this thing fixed. Before I close this video out, I want to address a couple of questions that you might have. The first question is, Eric, if you took the switch and you adjusted it all the way one way and all the way the other way and the park light remained on the entire time, is that the best way to install the switch and adjust it? Well, I was always taught to adjust those switches in park, but clearly in this video it seemed that adjusting the switch in neutral was a lot more effective than adjusting it in park. So what I was told was that, right, not so sure in this instance, you might want to make this adjustment while it's in neutral. Now, I know I installed it before and I guess I got it just a millimeter off or something like that. But now that everything is lined up or moved that ever so slight amount, I've had zero issues in the morning when I go to put it in gear. And that's another thing I'd like to address. That flashing check engine light that you might have seen while I was doing the follow-up. Well, I never started the engine in that clip. And I think moving the shifter around, it's looking for an RPM signal. It's not seeing an RPM signal that says, well, you're asking me to go into drive, so how about I flash a check engine light to sort of clue you in to maybe you should start the engine before you do that. As you can see in this clip, the engine is running and I can move the shifter, no flashing check engine light, no engine light on whatsoever. I think that was just an anomaly based on what I just described. So I hope that addresses questions that you might have had while you watch the video. So now let's close the video out so we can go do something else with our day. Viewers, I believe my 2003 Honda Pilot is now fixed. No more check engine light. When I put things into gear, the indicators indicate that I'm in the gear that I'm selecting. I think that's a fix in my mind. I think the real takeaway from this is that I had a transmission replaced in this. In other words, I believe somebody removed that switch and reinstalled it, and it was only off, I would say, like maybe a fraction of a millimeter. I barely moved it, but it was just enough to make those contacts work. But I think the key is that somebody had it out, and if nobody's had that switch apart or messed with that switch at all, it's very likely it's in the correct position because they set it correctly from the factory. This is more of a factor when somebody's been in there doing something. However, hey, it's something you can try. It's an adjustable switch. So if you got a P1706, I hope this information was useful to you. There'll be additional useful information down in the description, including other videos and stuff like that you might find helpful. Also a link to EricTheCarGuy.com, which is where I ask you to go if you have automotive questions I didn't cover here. Be safe, have fun, stay dirty. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Ta for now.